Hey, bonjour mes élèves, c'est Madame Brown et aujourd'hui on va parler de l'imparfait. So today we're going to talk about l'imparfait. This is a French verb tense for discussing ongoing events in the past. So this is the first of 3 videos and this one's going to focus on just regular verbs in the l'imparfait tense. Okay, so l'imparfait en français, the imperfect tense in French. First of all, in English, the perfect tense describes actions that started and ended more or less at a specific time. We call this the passé composé in French. However, the imperfect tense, l'imparfait in French, describes an ongoing action or state that was occurring at some point in the past without a specific set time period. So, what is the imperfect in English? In English, although we have a perfect tense or a simple past tense, we don't exactly have an imperfect tense. For the most part, it translates into what is known as the past progressive or past continuous. This is a compound tense that uses the helping verb was or were plus a gerund, which is a verb ending in ing, as in the phrases I was running, je courais, or we were studying, on étudiait. But l'imparfait is more than that. It can also mean used to, and in some cases translates to the simple past in English. In French, l'imparfait is not a compound tense. No helping verb is needed, only a conjugation of the infinitive. For example, j'étudiais could mean I studied, I was studying, or I used to study. Il vendait could mean he sold, he was selling, or he used to sell. And nous finissions, we finished, we were finishing, we used to finish. Common uses for l'imparfait. Describe a person or situation in the past. For example, quand j'étais petit, j'aimais manger les bonbons. When I was little, I liked to eat candies. You can use it to talk about a repeated action in the past. Je faisais du vélo tous les jours. I rode my bike every day. And you can use the l'imparfait to describe simultaneous events occurring in the past. For example, pendant que je regardais la télé, maman cuisinait. While I watched TV, mom cooked. Some of these look like simple past translations. However, think of them like this. I liked to eat candies. Now, you could say I liked, as in the passé composé. However, this one could also mean I used to like. So when I was little, I used to like to eat candies. I rode my bike. Could look like passé composé. However, in this context, we could say, I used to ride my bike every day, or I was riding my bike every day. And then in this last example, I watched, mom cooked. Those could also be translated as passé composé. However, in this context, you might think of it more as saying, while I was watching TV, mom was cooking. How to form l'imparfait. First of all, you take the present tense of new form. So conjugate the verb infinitive into its present tense new form. For example, nous parlons. Drop the O and S. Remove the O and S from the verb to create a new verb stem. In the case of parlons, the stem would be parle, P-A-R-L. And then add the l'imparfait endings. Depending on the subject pronoun, the following endings are added. AIS for je, AIS for tu, AIT for il, elle, and on. IONS for nous, IEZ for vous, and AIENT for il and elle, third person plural. So looking at regular verbs in l'imparfait. A common ER verb is parler, as you saw. Our present tense new form is nous parlons. Drop the O and S, you get your l'imparfait stem, parle, and then with your subject pronouns, add your endings. Je parlais, tu parlais, il parlait, nous parlions, vous parliez, il parlait. Then for RE verbs, such as vendre, Our present tense new form is nous vendons. Drop the O and S, and we get the l'imparfait stem vend, V-E-N-D. With our subject pronouns, you take the stem and then add your imperfect endings. Je vendais, tu vendais, il vendait, nous vendions, vous vendiez, il vendait. And then finir as an IR verb. In the present tense new form, we have nous finissons. The l'imparfait stem is finisse, so drop the O and S. With your subject pronoun and your stem, you add the endings. Je finissais, tu finissais, il finissait, nous finissions, vous finissiez, il finissait. So notice that four of these forms sound the same, right? Nous and vous are the only two that sound different. So it can be a little bit confusing if you're just listening to someone, but hopefully from the context of the situation, you'd be able to figure it out. Réviser. What is the present tense new form of chanter? Nous chantons. What is your stem for l'imparfait? Chant. C-H-A-N-T. We drop the O and S. What is a l'imparfait ending for je? A-I-S. A-I-S. What do you end up with? Je chantais. Remember, we don't say that final S at the end. What does it mean? I sang, I was singing, I used to sing. What is the present tense new form of étudier? Nous étudions. What is your stem for l'imparfait? Étudie. E, accent aigu, T-U-D-I. We drop the O and S. What is a l'imparfait ending for tu? A-I-S, right? A-I-S. What do you end up with? Tu étudiais. What does it mean? You studied, you were studying, you used to study. What is the present tense new form of attendre? Nous attendons. What is your stem for l'imparfait? Attends. And we drop the O and S. What is the l'imparfait ending for il, third person singular? A-I-T, right? A-I-T. What do you end up with? Il attendait. Remember, don't pronounce that T at the end. What does it mean? He waited, he was waiting, he used to wait. What is the present tense new form of obéir? Nous obéissons. What is your stem for l'imparfait? Obéisse. Drop the O and S. What is the l'imparfait ending for nous? Ion. Right? I-O-N-S. I-O-N-S. What do you end up with? Nous obéissions. What does it mean? We obeyed, we were obeying, we used to obey. What is the present tense new form of réussir? Nous réussissons. What is your stem for l'imparfait? Réussissent. Drop the O and S, and you have this long stem, R-E, accent aigu, U-S-S-I-S-S. Lots of S's. What is the l'imparfait ending for vous? I-E. I-E-Z. I-E-Z. Or Z. What do you end up with? Vous réussissiez. What does it mean? You succeeded, you were succeeding, you used to succeed. What is the present tense new form of perdre? Nous perdons. What is your stem for l'imparfait? Perdre. P-E-R-D. Drop the O and S and you have P-E-R-D. What is the l'imparfait ending for elle, third person plural, meaning they? A-I-E-N-T. A-I-E-N-T. What do you end up with? Elle perdait. Remember, we don't say that ENT at the end. What does it mean? They lost, they were losing, they used to lose. Alors, pratiquez. Practice converting these sentences into l'imparfait. Numéro 1. I used to play tennis on Mondays. Je jouais au tennis le lundi. Numéro 2. They were selling fruit at the market. Ils vendaient des fruits au marché. Numéro 3. Were you blushing? Tu rougissais. Numéro 4. She was dancing at the party. Elle dansait à la fête. Numéro 5. We were waiting for the police. Nous attendions la police. Numéro 6. You were finishing the exam. Vous finissiez l'examen. Alors, pratiquez encore. Numéro 1. I was choosing a new car. Je choisissais une nouvelle voiture. Numéro 2. They were visiting their parents. Elles rendaient visite à leurs parents. Numéro 3. Were you filling in the forms? Tu remplissais les formulaires? Numéro 4. Jean used to speak Italian. Jean parlait italien. Numéro 5. We didn't hear well. Nous n'entendions pas très bien. Et numéro 6. Were you gaining weight in France? Vous grossissiez en France. C'est la fin de la première partie. That's the end of part 1 on l'imparfait. Check out the second presentation to see how l'imparfait is created with irregular verbs. It's actually not that complicated. Alors, je suis Madame Brown et merci beaucoup. Au revoir. À la prochaine.